Hey everybody, KC here. So lots of conversation was generated this week by my suggestion that one of the things that retailers could do in terms of dealing with out of stocks is rather than try and cover it up or refacing things or leaving holes, I thought what they should do is actually use it as an opportunity to create a connection and a relationship with consumers. Say to them, hey, listen, tell us what you want that we don't have. We'll do our best to let you know when it comes in, and we'll even put some aside from you. And I got a lot of blowback on this one. A lot of people thought that there was some flaws, let's say, in my thinking. And I'm going to put a lot of those emails down below in your views. Now, listen, I got no problem with people disagreeing with me, right? I mean, frankly, I've been married for 38 years. I've got 3 kids and 6 younger brothers and sisters. I am totally used to people disagreeing with me. But I did want to share with you one email that I received, one that, to be perfectly honest, I've sort of been expecting for the almost 20 years that I've been doing Morning Newsbeat. And the email went like this. I'm beginning to wonder how much time you have spent working in a supermarket. And the more I think about it, the more I realize I have no idea if you have worked in a supermarket or any type of retail store. Could you explain to us readers what your background in retail is? How many years have you worked as an assistant manager as well as a manager of a supermarket or any retail store? Also, how long ago was that? I know you've been writing this blog and doing speaking engagements for many years, so it must have been quite a while ago that you worked in retail. Well, the dirty little secret that I've been carrying around for all these years is that I'm constantly been afraid that people are going to figure out that I have no idea what I'm talking about. The dirty little secret's out. The truth is, and I'm absolutely serious about this, I've never worked in a supermarket. Not as a bagger or a checkout person, and certainly not as an assistant manager or anything else. Now, I did work my way through high school and college in retail, mostly in men's clothing stores, both in New York, the New York area and in California. In fact, in Marina Del Rey, California, towards the end of my college career, I worked in a winery tasting room. And when I got my first newspaper job, I continued working in retail on weekends because I was only making about $7,000 a year as a reporter, and I needed to make a little extra money in order to be able to survive. But that probably ended in about 1980 or so it's been more than 40 years. But for the record, I've been going to supermarkets for most of the last 67 years. I've been writing about retail for more than 35 years, including almost 20 here on Morning Newsbeat. And it's been my great good fortune to have been able to travel not only all over the country, but all over the world, visiting terrific stores, talking with very progressive retailers, getting a chance to learn about what makes them tick. I've been able to spend time with people like Fergal Quinn, and Stu Leonard, and Norman Maine. And some of these people I'm actually privileged to call my friends. Now, you may think that absolutely none of this has anything to do with giving me the credentials upon which I can draw to make commentary about the food retailing business. And that is absolutely your privilege. But, I was listening to a podcast the other day. It was all about how Apple introduced the iPhone back in 2007. And one of the things that the commentator pointed out was that a real disadvantage that Apple brought to that endeavor was the fact that it had never made a phone before. But also one of the advantages it brought to the endeavor was that it never had made a phone before. So it was sort of working with a blank slate. It had no expectations, and basically it didn't view the phone in terms of limitations. It just tried to figure out what was possible. Listen, I hope that's part of what I bring to our ongoing conversation here on Morning Newsbeat. Quite frankly, I'm not sure how many sports writers have ever actually played professional sports. I'm not sure how many political writers have ever actually run for office. And I'm not sure how many business reporters have ever actually, worked in the businesses that they're writing about. You may see that as a negative. I see it as being sort of objective. And listen, I do a kind of funny thing here, right? I sort of combine in a weird sort of way play-by-play and color commentary. It's sort of a weird kind of thing. But I think that my experiences have equipped me to be able to do it at least with some level of credibility. But when I try and have these conversations on Morning Newsbeat, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to make informed observations. I try to provoke thought by coming at issues in a unique and often irreverent manner. And then I try and learn again from how people respond to what I say here on Morning Newsbeat. And I still think there's merit to my idea about out of stocks. But again, we'll talk about that more below in your views. Here's the deal. 2 weeks from tomorrow, I'll be able to say that I've been doing this on Morning Newsbeat for 20 years. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not done yet. Unless, of course, now that my dirty little secret is out, you all decide to pay attention to somebody else. But I hope not. I hope not. But then again, I suppose if this gig ends up not working out, I can go get a job at a supermarket. I hear folks are hiring. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.